Hey everybody, Contagion here to make a video that you might have seen, hopefully, from a lot of other people as well, but it's time to talk right now about net neutrality. 1 week and 1 day from today, on my birthday, FCC Chairman Ajit Pai intends to have a vote to repeal net neutrality in what he is calling the Restoring Internet Freedom Act. And I just want to talk about that for a bit because this is something that's very important to me and should be very important to you because it affects us all quite profoundly. So first, what is net neutrality? Title II, net neutrality, implemented in 2015, guarantees that no traffic going over the internet can be prioritized versus any other traffic. If you want to use your internet connection that you paid for to go to porn, to go to Facebook, to go trade Bitcoin, to do whatever you want, you have that right. You can use whatever service you want. They have to guarantee you the data that you paid for. It's treated as it is, a utility, because that's what it is. When you buy a new house, when you go to move, first things you do, power, water, gas, internet. That is what Title II net neutrality does. Without that in place, your internet service providers can say, you know what, we're not going to give you YouTube, Facebook, etc. We want you to use our platforms. Or if you want, you can pay us more money and maybe we'll give them to you and throttle them a bit. So basically they'll be able to throttle traffic and block traffic altogether. This is not a good deal. So yeah, next week, Ajit Pai tends to reverse the regulations that have been in place since 2015 protecting the free and open internet. Now, he's made several arguments about this, stating that they're not necessary, that they're overbearing, that there's no evidence whatsoever of ISPs causing trouble. Well, I have a link below which shows that there is plenty. Madison River ISP blocked VoIP, Comcast blocked BitTorrent, Verizon has explicitly stated that the only reason they're not blocking traffic is because of Title II net neutrality regulations. AT&T blocked Skype, Verizon, Sprint, and AT&T blocked Google Wallet. This was all before net neutrality was in place. AT&T wanted you to pay more to use FaceTime. So, I mean, there is a ton of stuff that has happened and cannot happen anymore thanks to net neutrality. Now, Ajit Pai will also say that we need to get rid of those regulations because they are stifling investment in infrastructure. That said, that's also a garbage argument. In fact, my internet speed has increased a whole lot since 2015 when these regulations were put in place. Back then I had a 30 megabit connection. Now I have 75, and I'm not paying any extra for that. It's because infrastructure is increasing. It has nothing to do with it. ISPs have even stated if we get rid of net neutrality, there's going to be no increase in infrastructure spending. And actually, I can tell you there will probably be a decrease because they suddenly can block out traffic they don't want and tailor the network to their needs, which means less use. There's also another implication that was pointed out to me that I didn't even consider, and that is control of people's thoughts. Now, this isn't some crazy conspiracy theory, but think about it. The media is owned by only a couple big companies, a few people up at the top. If they decide there are messages on the internet that they don't like, they can have those throttled or blocked without net neutrality. This is why net neutrality is very important. It goes beyond just throttling and just enjoying the content that you want for a fair price. It's about controlling what you see and think on the internet. We have to stop these regulations from being withdrawn. So, that said, here's a call to action. I urge you to go to battleforthenet.com, write an email, and if you're in the U.S., call your senators. If you're not in the U.S., I still suggest you write the email because this is going to affect people worldwide. A lot of countries base what they do on what the U.S. does, so we do not need to be setting a bad example here. I've already called my senators, left messages, and I hope you guys do the same. It sucks that we have to do this again, but the fight is worth it, and this is a big deal. So, thank you for your time. Normal content coming back soon.